Victoria paid a visit to her mom at the ranch house. Nikki shared with Victoria how she found herself constantly reminiscing about the wonderful memories they made back when they lived in their first home. Victoria observed that it had been some time since she had seen Nikki as joyful as she was. Nikki peacefully confessed that Victor always went above and beyond to fulfill her deepest desires. Victoria was curious if there had been any updates regarding the Chancellor takeover. Nikki reassured her, stating that Victor had promised to take care of it as far as she knew. Victoria gently pointed out to Nikki that her children would be impacted by this acquisition. Nikki acknowledged the situation and expressed that Jill had already offered Billy ample opportunities, indicating that whatever outcomes arrived were only fitting. Devon pondered at Crimson Lights whether Lily had perhaps changed her mind about going to the wedding. He kindly requested Lily to set aside her emotions towards Victor, for the sake of Devon and Dominic, and to attend the wedding. Lily pondered if this was Devon's new approach, persistently persuading her until he achieved his desired outcome. She offered a sincere apology for her behavior and assured him that she would attend his wedding. Lily vowed with a beaming smile that seeing Abby transform her brother into an upright man would undoubtedly bring her joy. Billy politely interrupted to request a moment to speak with Lily. "I believe she might not be interested in having a conversation with you," Devon remarked sharply. Billy politely excused Devon and redirected his focus towards Lily. Billy inquired of Lily whether she would accept his apology and accompany him to Abbot Chancellor. Devon gently lifted his hand. He expressed that he had a question. Devon was curious about how Lily could place her trust in Billy despite his actions. Billy mentioned that he and Lily bore the same scars from their shared experiences. Devon observed that Lily's main drive was safeguarding the company, while Billy's primary concern was preserving his ego. Billy made it quite evident that he was not addressing you, Devon. Devon proposed that Billy should give back the company to Jill. The argument persisted until Lily interjected, expressing her capability to articulate her own thoughts. Devon stepped out, leaving Lily to inform Billy that she had an answer ready for him. Lily mentioned that Chancellor was also part of her legacy, much like Jill and Catherine. She mentioned her preference not to witness Victor and Nikki tear each other apart. Lily expressed her willingness to return to Chancellor as she was determined to prevent Victor from emerging victorious. Nevertheless, Lily had two stipulations. Lily made it clear that Phyllis was not permitted to come back to the company, and Billy assented. Her second requirement was for both her and Billy to be considered as equal partners with an equal voice in decisions. Billy was in agreement, yet she preferred to have it documented. Billy mentioned that he would have the legal team prepare the document. Billy inquired if we should inform my mom about the positive development. In Victor's office, he inquired of Jill whether she was prepared to finalize an agreement. Jill made it clear that he preferred to have Billy leave rather than welcoming Lily back. Jill pondered whether Victor anticipated her to manage Chancellor once more. "Your heart may not possess the strength you desire. I'm sorry, but at this point, you may not be equipped to oversee a company of that magnitude," Victor gently expressed. Jill was aware that Victor must have been informed about her health status when he reached out to her. Victor noticed that she was alive and well, making her curious about his intentions. "Let's get straight to the point," Jill inquired. "So, what precisely is your proposal?" Victor confessed, "I am suggesting that you sell the company back to me, but at a price significantly higher than the market value." Jill casually mentioned to him that she had always had a feeling that he was suffering from seller's remorse. Jill pondered about whom he might entrust with leadership duties if she were to accept the agreement. Victor softly uttered the name, Nikki. Jill was of a different opinion, doubting that Catherine would actually prefer Nikki to oversee Chancellor Industries. She came to the realization that Nikki was aware of Victor's intention to seize control of the company and appoint her as the CEO. Jill reassured Victor that Chancellor held a special place in her heart, beyond just being a company. She became emotional when recounting how she had dedicated her all to the company, even at the cost of her relationship with her son. Victor gracefully mentioned to Jill that entrusting Nikki with the company's operations would be a fitting tribute to the legacies of both Jill and Catherine. Victor penned a number and passed it over to Jill. He mentioned that was the amount he was prepared to offer for Chancellor. Jill glanced over and remarked that it was quite a significant number. Jill has agreed to give it some thought. Following Jill's departure, Victor reached out to Nikki. She found herself in the atrium, expressing that she felt as though she was living in a dream in the new house. Victor mentioned he had a fruitful day and was eager to share all the details with her. Abby informed Ashley at the Abbott mansion that despite missing out on some of the planning, she aimed to make amends and reconnect with her mother. She informed Ashley that she and Devon had recently indulged in cake tasting and had managed to narrow their selection down to 2 tempting options. Ashley inquired about her selection, prompting Abby to gracefully offer her a fork for the cake sample obtained from the baker. Happily, she said, "Let's discover together." Abby kept her mom informed on the progress of the red velvet cake, music selection, decorations, and dress for the event. Ashley expressed, "It will be an ideal day for the flawless bride." She mentioned that Abby and Devon were a perfect match, and Ashley welled up with tears at the thought of Abby walking down the aisle the following day. She felt thankful for the abundance of support that had come her way. Abby made sure that Ashley was emotionally prepared for the wedding. They discussed Devon's wonderful qualities and expressed how delighted Abby was in his company. Abby revealed that Lily and Victor had been embroiled in a disagreement regarding Chancellor, to the point where Lily might choose not to attend. Both of them were anticipating her presence at the wedding.